Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the start of a series of videos talking about Anime NYC since I'll actually be going this year. Thanks to Geekset Podcast. Really appreciate them allowing me to jump on their team for this opportunity. And the start of these opportunities actually starts with an interview that I had with Samson Rutkin, who is one of the marketing managers for AnimeNYC. So I got to ask him a little bit about his experience, how he got to where he is, and some things that the fans can look forward to both in AnimeNYC and also at Anime Frontier. So without further ado, here's the interview.
It's been going good. It's been going good. We're in the weeds, quite literally. Like I would say forest of Anime NYC. So I've just been like going all day. I've had an earlier interview for Anime Frontier as part of the virtual press tour. So I've been on that. So like I'm going until I drop to sleep.
Oh dang! Wow. So I'm kind of curious. Like, what are the last few things that get finalized for a convention like this? Because I feel like a lot of the things probably are like already set in stone. But what are the things that are still kind of fluid right now?
So in terms of like what is still out there outstanding, it's just a lot of like on my end, it's a lot of like confirmations and like last minute uh, communications. Because what we want to do is we want to be able to have fans pay attention to like the specific communication plans that we want them to, like the entrance plan, or if you've won like a signing or something like that. And so we deliberately space out our marketing and communication so that all of our announcements are done ahead of time, or like as ahead of time as we can get them,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can focus on the other pieces for the fans. So it's a lot of like final steps, final communications, and then in terms of, I keep on saying communications, I'm sorry, but
Oh no, you're fine.
um, also like a lot of logistical support in terms of like getting the bigger exhibitors, getting the entirety of like Crunchyroll in there, because Crunchyroll has that giant River Pavilion takeover. So it's getting all those pieces finalized, making sure that they're shipped from around the country, making sure that things get to our advanced warehouse on time. So it's a lot of ops and a lot of marketing as well. And then like the other departments like content and whatnot is wrapping up, making sure that they have their scheduling double checked, because we have such an intimate relationship with the partners that we make sure that it is all set in stone. And then we do it all again for Frontier.
Right, awesome. So I'm kind of curious, like, you going from being a fan of these conventions now being a part of like the facilitation of it and like the administration of it, what
Mhm.
has that been like for you to be kind of on both sides? I'm sure you have a lot of perspective, so that definitely would help.
A lot of perspectives, a lot of thoughts. Um, I would say it's really cool to be able to have an experience at a con and have it move you in whatever way it does. It moves people in different ways. And then come into this space of trade shows, which is what cons are. They're just trade shows, but for consumers, fans.
Hmm.
And uh, and be like, I get to now be a part of creating that experience that I once had. And it's really, really cool. And sometimes when I think about it, when I get this question, it allows me to take a step back and make it feel very surreal. What I didn't expect is that fandom, to talk about Anime Frontier, fandom comes in so many different forms and fashions. So the reason that I do cons and is mainly because I want to be a part of that experience where I saw the kid going like this. And I've seen that now at various cons, but in Texas, the Texas fans, they're so particular in what they want and what they like, and they're so passionate about what they like. Like it is so concentrated, the anime fandom over there,
Hmm.
that going to my first Anime Frontier and then my second and anticipating my third here, it's just really, it has been so nice to see them so receptive and they've been receptive in so many different ways. I've seen people do the wiping of the tears of the cheeks, but I've also seen people just, can I swear?
Sure, yeah.
Like just saying like that last year we had the Gundam base at Frontier, and it was the first thing that you see when you walk into the hall. And I was there because I was attempting to make a cool Instagram video. I didn't get to do it, but I tried. So I had my camera up, or I had my phone up, taking a video of people walking in, and I hear multiple times people going, "Oh shit, I've never seen this before. This is so cool." And it's moments like that, moments like cosplayers seeing other cosplayers that they've never met before within the same IP property, or like cosplaying within the same IP property, being like, "Oh my God, your cosplay's so beautiful." Like seeing that interaction, either with a booth like Gundam Base or with each other, like those fans cosplaying, makes it feel so nice and so surreal to be a part of this world.
Yeah, that's incredible. And kind of speaking to your point about looking at the Texas fans and also keeping in mind the New York fans with Anime NYC coming up as
Mhm.
we're recording this, is there a different type of preparation that you do for Anime NYC versus Anime Frontiers because the different bases are different, or do you find them similar enough to where the preparation is similar between both conventions?
Operationally, it's very similar. Texas, just the nature of the convention center is just smaller. That's just, it is what it is. That is not to say that it is any less important how we fill the space. And so at Anime Frontier, we make sure to, and we are making sure, because we're still coming out with content pieces and announcements and all that stuff. We just announced Vox Akuma, who is a VTuber, coming to the show.
Awesome.
And it's dope, so dope. and and it's making sure that that space is particularly filled, because one thing that sets Anime Frontier apart from AnimeNYC, but also from all the anime cons in the area and around, is that it is so concentrated with like fan demand. So like a lot of panels, a lot of programming, a lot of some of them, even the main stage programming, has been because of what the fans have requested. I mean, we've got something like Wild West Idol Fest, which is our idol showcase with various local idol groups from around the area.
Oh.
And it's going to be a main stage thing. And that came about because fans requested it. I mean, those surveys are no joke. We go into those surveys and I'm the one who reads them and reads the open-ended questions and looks at the data and what people have responded to. And this is like one of the things that they want. They wanted more musical content. And Idols is a part of that. We've got the cosplay masquerade, which is so popular every year. And we know that Texas and Fort Worth in particular is such a cosplay heavy community. And the cosplay community itself is so tight knit and so like up here with their skills, so high, that we want to make sure that we give that practice and that creativity, that craftsmanship, the respect it deserves. So at the end of the day, the preparation for AnimeNYC and Anime Frontier, while incredibly similar operationally, is vastly different in terms of content and how we talk to the fans. And that is to say that we make sure in any market that we're in, because we also do 2 other Comic-Cons around the country as Left Field Media, we make sure to listen to those fans. We make sure to hear their needs and address what they want to see, what they want to experience. Because it's not just us dropping a show in a location and saying, "Oh, well, here you go, come and enjoy, buy a badge." It is, we are going to take the time out, take the money out to go visit you, to go talk to you, to see what you want. Because at the end of the day, con culture is about the fans. And that's what we've ridden high on forever.
Right. That's so awesome, actually. I've been to three different Comic Cons, two in New York and one in San Diego. And it's like,
Ooh,
although I know, it was super cool.
you are brave.
I just so happened to get lucky. I was doing an internship with one of the companies that was exhibiting, and they're like, "Oh, like, would you guys want to go?" And I was like, "Of course, I want to go."
Of
So
course, you have to take it. You have to take those opportunities.
right. It was super, super cool. But one of the things that I did notice is between all three conventions, with the first two being in, or actually one being in 2021, one being in 2022, and one being in 2023, actually, like there was a lot of overlap with like the big balloons and like kind of little areas that they had. Like I
Oh
know
yeah,
there was always going to be like one Dragon Ball area or one that's like Viz Media or one that's
yep,
like, you know, like they always have like their mainstays. And so I find it really interesting that you guys kind of go out of your way to really ask the community like what is it that you guys want to see? Like what are some things that we can implement that you guys are interested in, and really like catering that event to that specific area. Like that's super incredible.
yeah, and it's a combination of that as well as like we do have these really great relationships with all of our publisher partners, the Crunchyrolls, the Viz Media, the Bandai, the Aniplex, the Avex, all those kinds of companies. And so they do, we work with them to make sure that the stuff that they want to promote, that we have a vessel for them to promote it. Because at the same time, part of anime cons in particular, I mean, part of pop culture conventions, but with anime cons, I would say in particular, because I'm the main marketing anime lead on them, so that's what I focus on.
Mm-hmm.
But is providing fans with like even things that they didn't know that they wanted, and that is bringing those exclusive premieres, those exclusive announcements to Texas, to Anime Frontier. And for anyone from Texas who listens to this and watches this, what I can say is that when Anime Frontier started, we asked the publishers, hey, we're thinking of starting a new show. Where would you like to be placed? Because it starts with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we really want to go we really want to be in the Texas market. So we looked at the Texas market, and we found, again, just how passionate, how concentrated fans are there, anime fans are. It was even a surprise to me when I first went. I was like, wow, this is not what I expected, but this is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we've made sure to thread the line or thread the needle with like what publishers want to be able to promote and what they want to show their fans with what fans want to see. And it's been this really nice harmonious, like in a weird way, like harmonious relationship between the event producers, the fans, and the publishers that like really, really produces something special and something specialized for the people who go to Anime Frontier.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm kind of curious since you named so many incredible things that the fans can take part in. So, in
Mhm.
your personal opinion, like especially for someone like myself who I'll be going to AnimeNYC for the first time, it'll be my
For
first
sure.
ever anime convention actually. So I'm really excited about that.
Ooh, we
What
love
is
that.
what is something that you recommend first time fans do when they go to AnimeNYC or Anime Frontier?
So for Anime NYC, one of the first things I would say to do is, so it's a little biased because when I go to shows, I like to shop.
Mm-hmm.
So my first thing would be like, let me go hit the floor. I want to see like, let me go hit the floor. Let me hit Artist Alley, because I know that with Anime NYC and Anime Frontier, we actually curate that show floor. So it's not just anyone coming in per se, or at least I would say particularly for Artist Alley. Particularly for Artist Alley, it's not just any artist coming in. It is uh, it is artists who submit, and then we look at their work and we make sure it's relevant, and we make sure that is what fans would want to see, and then we allow them to come in. And with Frontier, it's the same deal. We want to make sure that that we have local artists coming in and local artists who are represented, because a big portion of that show is local representation, local partnerships. In terms of what people should do first, again, I would say hit the show floor, go shopping, fill up the bag, go to the merch booth, because I am in charge of the merchandising program, and I am so personally excited for merch this year. Like, between both shows, they're incredible. Like, I would buy that merch. And
right, my wallet's hurting already listening. Keep going, keep going.
Yes, that's right. Open up the wallet. What is it? Let the bank know. And then for AnimeNYC, Crunchyroll is going to have a huge presence there. So definitely checking them out. For Anime Frontier, there are multiple avenues you can go to. I think one of the most exciting things for me that would be on the show floor would be the return of the Gundam base. It's like, I explained this in another interview. It's like imagining a Gundam is real and then like taking a piece of it out and plopping it on the show floor. Like, it has lights, it has all these really cool Gundam statues. It's like, you know, you can buy all this like Bandai exclusive merch there. It is so obnoxiously cool to see. And then I would say, looking at the main stage schedule in particular, I would advise people to like go find and go to the panel that they want at the main stage, because main stage is so cool. Between the Wild West Idol Fest, between the cosplay competition, between Hololive, who we have there, and Vox Akuma, who we have there. Hololive and Vox Akuma are both VTubers, and Hololive is a VTubing agency. So we have 2 Hololive VTubers coming out. I don't want to butcher her name. It is Takanashi Kiara. Oh my God, I'm so sorry if I butchered it. And Mori Calliope, who are coming out from Hololive, and then Vox Akuma is Vox Akuma from Nijisanji. And I got really an education this year on VTubing. And what I've discovered is that, particularly in the Texas market, VTubing is so prevalent. I met a lot of fans who were like, I have my own VTuber here, you know, I want to be signed to an agency, I want to be a voice actor, something like that. And it was really, really cool to be able to see the response, even just from earlier today. You know, you can go on Instagram and you can see just how many people are so excited for Vox to be there. But to just see the response to VTubing at Anime Frontier, and it is one of those things that we can get because we have that relationship with Hololive, because we built that relationship with Nijisanji, and it's something that sets the show apart. Just, you know, objectively, I would say sets the show apart from other anime cons in the area. And so I would say, for those reasons alone, Anime Frontier is definitely worth checking out. Awesome. And then all the other things as well.
Yeah, super cool. Well, I got my list put together now. Thank you so much for helping me with that. That's great.
Word.
Now, just to close out the interview, I would love to know what your anime watch list is looking right now. Whether if you have time to visit these things, or they're like, you know, as soon as I have a moment to breathe, I'm checking out these anime.
Well, it's a combination of both. Like, if I need downtime, or rather, if I have downtime and I want to just like watch something, I will definitely be putting on an anime. And then, you know, I do have the animes that I like. I will always love My Hero Academia.
Yes.
And I know that we have Zeno Robinson coming, so I don't know if this is a spoiler for anyone, but like season 6 goes into Hawks, who Zeno voices, Hawks' backstory, and like just seeing the person behind the voice, behind the character, is really, really cool. And it weirdly like puts a lot of stuff into perspective. And you know, when he does his interviews and whatnot, and even just getting to talk to him, as I'm sure fans will be able to, like, you know, getting his views on why he decided to like dip low in certain parts, and, you know, be a little bit more ecstatic in certain voice parts. Like, even the ebb and flow of a voice acting performance is still really cool to listen to and to see, and just to like sort of think about when you see this voice actor there. So Zena Robinson's really great, and because of that, you know, I watch My Hero Academia. We've got Steve Bloom coming and Eric Vale. I know that what is it? Eric does Shigaraki, I believe. And again, another My Hero, because I love My Hero. I also, so we got Chiwa Saito. We have Chiwa Saito coming, and she is the Japanese voice in Puella Madoka Magica. So I've been like educating myself on that anime, and it is so cool to be able to like see that and know that she's coming. Like, I love it. So I would say like those are my two current big watches.
Awesome. And then last question for you. This might be a bit of a brain twister, but I'm curious to see what your answer is. If
Challenge accepted.
if you had to describe Anime Frontier as maybe like a specific anime or an anime genre, how would you
Uh-huh.
describe it?
Ooh, how would I describe Anime Frontier as a genre? Oh, I would say a very hyper specific slice of life
Mm.
anime. Just because it is it's this communal experience that you get going to Anime Frontier, even as you know part of the show staff, seeing fans interact with exhibitors, with things like that, seeing fans interact with all of those elements of the show, just reminds me of things like Spy X Family, or like, or I don't know, Yuri on Ice, in a way, in the way that like people interact with one another, and it's so sweet and so nice, and it's just so it's so great. It's so great to see, and the only comparable feeling I can think of is when I watch a slice of life anime.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciated
Oh,
you
of course.
making the
Thank you so much
time
for
and
having
working
me.
with me. Yeah, you've been great. I hope we can speak again soon. Maybe I'll see you at Anime NYC.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. If you see someone running around and probably sweating, that's probably me. So,
Okay. I'll be
so
like,
I
oh, I
mean,
know
by
that
all means,
guy.
yes. And please stop me. Please stop me. I would love to say hi and see you in person. And I'm so grateful that you are a part of this virtual press tour. And I'm just very excited to be able to have talked to you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course, of course. Thank you.
All right, have a good evening.
You too.